the first braid I'm going to show you is basically a braid within a braid. As you keep watching the tutorial, you'll see why it's called that. So the first step is just to take all your hair and move it over to one side. It can be put on any side, but I usually put it on the side where my bangs are. And you're going to separate it into 3 sections now. Make sure that your bottom section is just a little bigger than all the other ones. And then put the top 2 sections back. Now for the bottom braid, you can either make it into a regular braid or a fishtail braid. I'm going to do a fishtail braid because I think it might look cuter. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet, but that's why I'm experimenting with you guys. So for those of you who don't know how to do a regular fishtail braid, just separate it into 2 sections like this. And you're going to take a section from behind your first part and you're going to fold it over and bring it over to the next side and leave it. And you're going to take another one on the other side and fold it over and bring it to this one. So basically you're just going to take strands of hair and add it to the other section the entire time. Now I know it may look like it might take like a long time, but the more you practice with it, the easier it'll get. And with my hair, I know that when I'm doing it, it kind of automatically sections off a piece for me, so I don't have to figure out like how big of a section I want to do the next time. And just try and braid all the way down. Once you get as far as you can go, just take a little elastic. I realized that when I was practicing earlier that a clear elastic would be better for this look, but I don't have any, so I'm just using a really skinny hair tie. And here's one of your sections for your bigger braid you're going to do. Now those 2 sections that you had earlier, bring them back over. All the way over and split them into 2 sections. Now you have your 3 sections for a regular braid, and just take it all and braid it in just a normal braid. Now you can kind of see why it's called a braid within the braid, because you already braided the fishtail braid for one of the sections, and now you're just taking it and braiding it into a bigger braid. And once you get down to pretty far, you see where you have your hair tie? If you don't have a clear elastic, just take out your bigger hair tie that you used, so it's not all chunky monkey in there mixed up with all the rest of it. And don't worry, because if you braid it tight enough, the other braid that you did before should stay in with all of it. And once you get down pretty far, you have about that much left, just take a hair tie. It doesn't have to be clear, it can be any color, and just tie it off at the bottom. Now just kind of tug on it some to make it looser, and the looser it is, the thicker it would appear, and the less stiff it'll be. And there's your braid. I think it looks really pretty. And for the finishing touches, just pull out like a couple sections like I'm doing here, and you're going to have some bigger sections if you have layers, but it's okay, just kind of take them and pin them back. Just like that. And if you have bangs, just kind of tug at them some to pull them out. And if your hair is kind of thin like me, you can go on the side, or on either side, and just kind of tug at it some to pull it out. And you see how I'm creating kind of like a bubble? It will make your hair appear thicker and fuller. And it won't lie as flat to your head. Just like that. And there's your first look. Now we're going to move on to the second one. And the second look is mainly, all it is, it's just a regular braid. But it kind of looks different, and you'll see why once we get to it. I just have to take this braid out real quick. Is it just being, or after you braid your hair, does your hair kind of like stay in the braided state, even if you didn't put it in there for that long? I know mine does, especially if I'm putting it up in like a bun or something. It'll stay like curly, even if I put it in for just like 5 minutes. Okay, after you take it out of that braid, just kind of brush it out some. So your hair's looking all tangly for the next one. Okay, so the next look, it's basically just going to be a regular braid, but it'll look kind of different. You'll see why. So just again, bring all your hair over to one section, and you're going to split it into 3 sections. Make sure that 2 of the sections are smaller than the other one. So your bottom section should be pretty tiny, and make sure you get some long hair in there with it, like that. And then your middle section, it's going to be really thick. And then here's your middle section compared to these two. And you're just going to braid it like normal. Okay, and once you get as far as you can go, just again tie it off at the bottoms. Now, while you're braiding, you might have noticed that your braid looks kind of weird, like you didn't know what you're doing when you're sectioning it off, but that's kind of the idea of the look. It's just really pretty, and it has, you can see the 2 skinnier ones and the thicker one, and I think it just adds something to the normal braid. And like I said in the first braid, just kind of tug at it some, so it makes you look like you have fuller hair. And here's your second look. Now we're going to move on to the third look. Okay, so your last braid is going to be called the inverted braid. It's basically just a braid, but you're creating a knot at the bottom that turns out to be another braid, and you flip it through the loop to turn it right side up to make it a regular braid. And it looks really pretty. So this braid, it's like perfect for like if you don't have a scrunchie or anything, or if you're just in like gym class or in school and you just want to get your hair out of your face, but you don't want to do like just a normal bun or something like that. It looks really pretty, and it's actually really popular right now. I've seen it in a lot of other videos, and I swear I've seen it in this magazine once. I'm not sure which one, but I know I saw it, and I thought it looked really pretty on the girl who was wearing it. So let's get into it. So you're just going to section your hair off into 3 sections. Now be careful, because you're not going to want to separate it all out. Like when you're making your first section, you're going to want to make sure your hair is still kind of connected at the bottom. That's really important for creating your knot. Like that. And you're just going to start braiding like you normally would. Now while you're braiding, you'll notice that there's a knot being created on the bottom. And it's actually not a knot, it's just a braid, but an upside down braid. Just keep braiding and tugging at it some. And then once you feel like you can't braid anymore, you notice that you've created like a little hole, and you're just going to take that knot and flip it through that little hole. Pull your hair through it. Just like that. And you're just going to kind of situate it. And that's what it looks like, and you see that it's kind of flipped it upside down, and it's made a really pretty knot at the bottom. Yeah, so this is your braid, and it looks really pretty. Just tuck on the ends and fix it however you want to fix it. And here's your finished look. I think it looks really pretty. It looks just kind of like laid back and like you're not trying too hard. I think it just adds something to the normal braid. So I hope you guys enjoyed all the looks I did in this video. If you have any other requests, just let me know in the comments section, or you can go to my Twitter or my blog and I'll link them below. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.